Good morning from the Grand Rapids Area Library. This is Grandma Nancy here. Today we're going to do a little craft that's really fits in with the time right now. And we're making really sweet little turtles. They're very sweet. They can sit anywhere on a shelf. They can fit in your backpack. They're just cute little friends. So we're gonna make those. It's very fun. You hopefully picked up your kit, and if you haven't, you can head on down to the Grand Rapids Area Library and have a grown-up stop and pick up a kit. It's small because we are making minis today. So I'm pretty excited about this. I'm going to open my kit and show you what you shall find in the kit. A very nice pen. Love nice pens. A green crayon. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, some short popsicle craft sticks. These are craft sticks. You've probably used the longer ones. Maybe you haven't seen the short ones. So we're going to be using the short ones today. You'll learn how to make these sweet little turtles, and if you have long ones at home, you could make a larger one. So those will be for a little turtle. Oh, there's more in there. And then we have this special strip. These are actually glue dots. So don't throw this away, you'll need this. You have 4 glue dots, okay? We have enough materials that you will be able to make 2 of these turtles. And again, they're easy enough to learn how to make. If you have materials at home, you can make more, and you could have a whole little family up on the shelf. That'd be really cute. I thought these would be cute like on a bookshelf, because you always have a little space there, and they would be really cute sitting there. And then you have 2 pieces of yarn. Everybody has different color yarn, okay? So whatever color yarn you have, I like these 2 colors I have, and I think I might pull out the purple one, and that's the one I'm gonna use first. So I came into the library a couple minutes early this morning to see what kind of books are here on turtles. I thought it'd be fun if you had a chance anytime to come into the Grand Rapids Area Library with a parent and pick up a couple of books on turtles. I always like to learn a little bit more about something, so I've been seeing a lot of turtles. I've seen snapping turtles, the big ones, laying eggs. I've seen little painted turtles. And I like to know more about how they lay their eggs and that kind of a thing. So I'll come in and pick up a book. And these, there's some of them that are nonfiction. So they will tell you exactly what happens, okay? This one is a turtle's life cycle. And you can look for it here. There's way more than I picked out. I just grabbed a couple. This one is A Place for Turtles. And then of course we have some fiction ones. If you remember, Tracy has probably taught you that the word fiction means story. So this one is Take Your Time, and it's the story of a turtle, Harriet, and she's on an adventure at her own speed, okay? So come on in and browse those books and learn more about turtles. A couple things I wanted to say about turtles. When you see a turtle on the side of the road, they like to lay their eggs in gravel or sand. So sometimes they're right on the side of the road laying their eggs. You want to make sure the grown-ups driving the car are careful if you see those turtles. Also, if you do see a turtle laying eggs, You can look, but don't go and touch the turtle. Stay a safe distance away because you might frighten the turtle, and you don't want to frighten the turtle while she's laying eggs. The other thing is sometimes they're in the middle of the road and cars have to be very careful. If it's safe, sometimes a grown-up will move the turtle to the side of the road. And if that happens, if you move a turtle, you want to make sure that you point it in the direction it was pointed. They get disorientated if you switch directions on them, which is kind of interesting. Snapping turtles, those are big, huge, long claws. Never touch a snapping turtle. They do fine. They're so large that if they are crossing a road, people see them. And you rarely see them crossing a road. They're a little shyer than the painted turtles, so they generally lay their eggs in the very early morning hours or in the evening hours, and then they just leave. It's also interesting that turtles don't stay for their eggs to hatch like birds do. So when the turtles are born, their mom is long gone, and so they just make their way to the closest water and they know what to do. It's pretty interesting. All right, let's get going with our art project. All right, do you have your 3 sticks colored green? Okay, so now we're gonna use the glue dots. And I don't know if you're familiar with glue dots. I really wasn't, and so I had to learn how to use them. You're going to take one off at a time, and you can see that little dot, right? Then I'm going to pull this up, and you see the little dot? Just a little tiny dot. Don't try to pull the glue dot off with your finger because it doesn't work. So what you do is you just take this, and where you want, this is how we're connecting the sticks, by the way. So right about in the middle, you're just gonna put that dot. And I'm not sure if you can see what I've done, but I think you'll be able to figure that out. I think you'll be able to figure that out. And now, I'm just gonna push down a little bit. You really don't have to push hard. And then I'll lift up the plastic, and there's my glue dot. Isn't that crazy? So now I have a glue dot there. I'm going to put a stick on top, like an X, and then I'll just press down a little bit. You don't have to press down hard. And I'm gonna put one more glue dot on. So I pull that apart. I take off the plastic, and I have my glue dot right there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing about in the middle, push down carefully. Don't do it too fast, because if you do it too fast, I don't know, the glue dot might come up. Now I'm gonna put my other one going like this. So what I have now, I have legs, a head, and a tail, okay? You know, you can put, this one I had the legs spread out a little bit more, so I probably had a bigger X, whatever you want to do. Now I'm gonna grab my yarn. This yarn is pretty long, so what I'll do is I will just drop the rest of the yarn off the side of the table, if you can see how I did that. So it hits the floor. That way it won't get so tangled up. Okay, I'm gonna pick up my turtle. One thing I wanted to say is, if you look at these 2 turtles, you can see the yarn was wrapped differently. So there's not really an exact way to wrap your yarn. whatever feels comfortable for you and whatever look you have. This one's a little bit more rounded than this one. I'll show you how we do it, and any way works. The yarn is really forgiving. It will go however you want it to go, and it'll look great when it's done. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this over and hold my finger tight with that. It's gonna move around a little bit now, as you can see, until we get wrapping. So I'm gonna wrap, whoops. I'm gonna wrap this way, then I'm gonna come around again. I'm gonna wrap my middle so I can, once I wrap my middle, it'll be tight and it won't move around so much. All right, I have to get an idea where I am. It's moving a little bit, that's okay. Okay, there you go. You just use your fingers to kind of keep it in place. And I'm gonna pull these first ones pretty tight so they keep it in place. I'm gonna come under here and go here. Go here. Again, however you wanna do it. I'm just crossing over. And I'm just crossing over here. Okay. Now, I feel like I'm ready to start weaving it around a little bit. So I'm gonna go over this one, come under, go over that one, come under, go under that one, over this one, under, over, under. See how I'm turning in my hand at the same time? Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. I'm going over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. And I'm gonna kind of look at it and see, oh, I wanna go there. I see that opening, so I'm gonna go over that one. And then I'm gonna go under that one and over again. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. It needs a little bit more there, so I'm just kind of filling in where I think I need more. And I need a little bit more there. Do you see how it's kind of taking some form there? I still have a lot of string, so I can still go wherever, and I think I'm gonna cross over again here, cross over again there, and I kind of made an X right in there. And then I have to move that a little bit. Over, under, over and around, because that doesn't feel like it has enough there. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and then I have to go, ooh, under there. Don't want to miss that. over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Now I like how this is coming out. I'm running out of string, so I'm going to think about how I want to end this. How do I want to end this? I want to tuck it under, but I want to tuck it under on its back side. So do you see how I have about that much string? Maybe an inch, inch and a half, or even a couple inches. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to tuck it under another string. Do you see how I tucked that under? It's tucked under. And I'm going to pull, and then I'm going to tuck it again. My fingers get a little, my fingers are not, they get in the way. You can have a grown-up help you too. Also, you can use the tip of your pen to kind of push it in. You just want it tucked under there. Just want it tucked under there. You can also maybe I'll tuck it on this side just so I can get it. You can tuck it under any place you want. So there, I tucked it there. And now I'm ready to draw a face. So I'll take my nice pen, draw a couple eyes, and a big happy face. Little claws. That's the tail. I think I'll leave the tail alone. Little claws, little claws. Or you could kind of do a little pointy thing like that too. And there's your little turtles. It's a little happy family of 3 turtles. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's project. I certainly did. And you have enough that you can make a second one. Just have fun with it, and I hope you get to see some turtles this summer.